I just got back in from seeing Transformers Rise of the Beast, and what should have been a 2 hour and 7 minute movie turned into almost 3 hours. Oh, and I'm so tired because the sound went out in the first act. So we're about 15 minutes or so into the movie, and the sound isn't matching up with the scenes, and the staff doesn't know about it for a good, I don't know, maybe 10-15 minutes. They don't know about it. When they finally come in and say, okay, we're going to fix this, that took another 20 minutes. And then, but the good news is that they started right where it started messing up. So that's where the continuation of the film was. But before the film even began, there was one trailer, Ninja Turtles. There was one trailer, which went over really quick. But then right before the film started, they showed some behind the scenes footage, and it was trivia. So that was another, I think it was like 7 or 8 minutes before the film. So, and it was sold out. So we were packed in there. I think everyone was okay. Like, nobody complained that I heard. Everybody was laughing as they were trying to get the film situated again. So everyone was in good spirits. And then they came around and gave everyone a free ticket for a future movie. So that was cool. But on a Wednesday night, 3 hours at the theater, it was a lot. I saw this in Dolby. I gotta say, I think that this film is okay. I think the target audience is teens. I think this is going to really win over like teens and tweens that like Transformers. I sat by a kid, maybe he was 10, it was a Latino kid. He was really into it. He got all of the trivia questions right, and he was really into this film. So I'm pretty sure he was a fan, and I think his demographic is who this film is for. The main stars of the film are Anthony Ramos and Dominique Fishback, and their scenes were, for me, it was the weakest part of the story. He has a little brother. His kid brother is really ill, and his mom is working and going to school, trying to make ends meet. And they, don't have a whole lot of money. They're living in Brooklyn. They don't have a whole lot of money. He's a military vet trying to find a job in security. He lost his last job, and so he's trying to find a job. He goes to a job interview, but they burned him from the last job, so he doesn't get that job. But he really needs it to help his mom out and help his brother with medicine because they're behind on bills and the whole bit. And then Dominique Fishback is an intern for a museum. The museum has, real artifacts and fake artifacts. It's under investigation, the whole bit. And then she comes across this artifact that happens to be an artifact for these Transformers from another planet who, it activates. She investigates it to the point where it activates them because they need the key. They didn't know where these keys were, and so they needed the key so they can get back to their planet. In the meantime, they've been Transformers hiding in plain sight on Earth. This film is devastatingly a lot like E.T., and it references E.T. a lot. It's like Indiana Jones, and it references that a couple of times, and it's like National Treasure. And I think the stale storytelling didn't gravitate towards me because it just felt like it's been done over and over and over again and better in other movies. I liked the ending. I think it should have started at the end. Well, I won't say that because I actually did like the scenes. This film looks beautiful. It's captured like it's 1994. That's where it takes place. That's the setting, 1994 in New York. And then they have some scenes in Peru and so forth. The music, they licensed some of the best hip hop in the 90s, hands down, period. The music is really, really good. The score has some problems in places, and I think the score is trying to force emotion because, you know, his brother is sick, and it's very heavy-handed, really, the score. The sound quality was in and out. I saw this in Dolby. It was in and out, and I was like, yeah, that's a problem for a film like this. But it looks so great. It's filmed beautifully, and the action scenes, the action sequences between the bots, between the Transformers, best part of the film. And then there's an ending that I won't spoil, but I wish they would have started the story there, because this E.T., National Treasure, Indiana Jones, you know, Adventure Quest, it's not original. And I just felt myself kind of dozing off because in those spots where it was trying to tell these stories, because it just was a little lackluster. And again, it's been told over and over and over and over again, and without this wasn't a fresh spin of those stories we're all familiar with. And so that was the problem. I think this is okay, but it's not for me. I've seen all of the Transformers movies, and I think I wanted to see this to support this diverse cast. This cast is stacked. It has Dominique Fishback, it has Anthony Ramos, it has Coleman Domingo, it has Michelle Yeoh, it has Ron Perlman, it has Peter Dinklage, it has Michaela J. Rodriguez, Pete Davidson, Luna Lauren Velez, stacked. And the director is Stephen Cable Jr. Diverse to the nines. I love that. Love it. It's the story. It really is the story. Again, it looks good, and those fight scenes, the battle scenes, they were so good. I mean, I was really watching the CGI. I think it's a fantastic job. Absolutely fantastic. So you would want to see this in the theaters for sure. I saw it in Dolby. I loved it in Dolby. My experience, that was an issue, but you know, it is what it is. This happens sometimes. Technology, right? The jokes were weak, but again, it's really for adolescents more than anything. I don't know, the nostalgia wasn't there for me specifically, but Michael Bay produced it. It does have his imprint on it, but I don't know. It was just okay. I liked the ending. There's a sequence right after the finale, right before the credits, where Michael Kelly makes an appearance as Agent Burke. I like where that story arc is going, and what they're doing is setting it up for a sequel, and I wish they would have built on that story instead of using this to for another sequel, because building off this story with that story just didn't feel like that's the direction, or at least that's not what I would like to see. And then there's also a mid-credit scene. It was really cute. I think the mid-credit scene is cute. I didn't stay after that. At this point, I was exhausted, so I don't even know if there's an end-credit scene at all. So it looks like that they're setting this up for a sequel. If it does well, perhaps, and if the writers and actors, when they're done with striking, maybe we'll get a sequel to this. I don't know. I don't know if this is the... Listen. It's a decent story. It is. It's a decent story. It's a little weak, but it's okay. It is for who it's for. At any rate, Transformers: Rise of the Beast is in theaters this weekend.